Number 10. WarioWare Touched. WarioWare Touched is the first DS sequel to the Game Boy Advance classic WarioWare Inc. Mega Microgames, and is just as fantastic. There are several stages featuring several quirky characters and themes. The idea for each stage is to complete several microgames. You have about a millisecond to figure out what exactly it is you're supposed to do, and about another second or so to do it. Part of the fun is to figure out what the one-word command for each task asks you to do. Most of the games in WarioWare Touched emphasize the touchscreen. The graphics are cool, the characters are super cool, and the music is addictive. Number 9. Puzzle Quest: Challenge of the Warlords. Puzzle Quest: Challenge of the Warlords is like Bejeweled or any other Match 3 games, but with a twist. It's a turn-based RPG battle game against various AI opponents. The object of each battle is to drain their life points before they drain yours. There's a great combination of luck and strategy. The DS version of the game, I believe, balances the luck between you and your enemies better than the PSP version, although that one is fun too. The idea is to take turns matching 3 jewels of the same color to collect the mana you need to conduct certain attacks or spells against your opponent. You can also directly attack the enemy if you happen to match 3 or more skull-shaped jewels. There are lots of side quests to fulfill, as well as story-fulfilling quests. Outside a battle, you can upgrade your attacks and gear. There's a great feeling of satisfaction for winning each battle. The animation is excellent, and the music and sound effects sound beautiful. If you've ever played the Xbox Live version, then you'll like this one too, which came out first. Number 8. The New Super Mario Bros. The New Super Mario Bros. Is a bit of a mixture between the straight 2D linear gameplay of the original and objective-based gameplay of Super Mario 64. The idea isn't just to make it through the platform to the flag, but also to try and collect 3 large coins per stage, thus giving you a reason to play each level again if you don't get all 3 coins. Of course, this is a Mario game, so as per usual, the graphics look great, the gameplay is fluid and varied, and the music is typically quirky. This is probably my favorite Mario game. It's definitely one of the best in the entire series. Number 7. Might and Magic: Clash of Heroes. Might and Magic: Clash of Heroes has been ported to the PCN and Xbox Live, but the DS version is the original. It's a turn-based / puzzle RPG. With each battle, you have an army randomly set up in rows and columns. You have so many moves for each turn. The idea is to move a team member or piece of equipment from the rear of any of the columns to set up 3 matching team members / equipment in either a row, or form a defense, or in a column to attack the enemy. After your turn, the enemy does the same. You keep taking turns with the bad guys until either of you defeats the other. Over time, you enlist other characters for your army. There's an awesome mixture of luck and strategy needed to beat each enemy, and there are a variety of battle objectives as well. Number 6. Mario and Luigi: Partners in Time. Mario and Luigi: Partners in Time is an action RPG where you control Mario and Luigi at the same time. You swap out which brother you control at the time depending on the situation, and the other brother automatically follows you. You also have to work together to solve some puzzles and defeat bad guys. All of your battles depends on your sense of timing between Mario and Luigi, either to attack enemies or to deflect or dodge their attacks. The story is much more epic than your standard Mario game, and the game is definitely a longer gameplay. Like every other Mario game, the animation, graphics, and music are outstanding. Number 5. Elite Beat Agents. Elite Beat Agents is the first great rhythm game for the Nintendo DS. There have been a few copycat games, but Elite Beat Agents is still the best. It got good reviews here in the States, but apparently not enough sales to warrant a sequel like in Japan. The story is divided into episodes, where you have these 3 funky secret agents who are called upon to solve problems through their dancing. You use the stylus to tap, rub, and spin your way through each episode while the agents dance on the top screen. You're required to tap the stylus or guide a ball back and forth in perfect rhythm to the beat. The better your timing, the better your grade. You need at least a grade of C to open the next episode. The sound and music are fantastic, whether it's the real artists or imitators. The graphics during the cutscenes are pop-up comic style, and they're really charming. Number 4. Brain Age. Brain Age is a series of simple mini-playing games that are used to determine your daily brain age. There have been a lot of copycats with the DS, but of course the original Brain Age is the best. Every day you have the chance to open up another training game. It's amazing how simple math, reading, and memorization problems can be addictive, and how difficult they can be if you don't focus. I remember playing the sequel as a daily ritual when I was stationed in Iraq, so that's got a special place in my heart. It's been years and I still haven't mastered all the tasks. Also, it's got one of the best versions of Sudoku on the DS, so if you're a fan of that game, you'll like this. Number 3. Nights in the Nightmare. I never really used to pay attention to which company published which RPGs, until Nights in the Nightmare. Now every Atlas game that comes out I pay attention to. Nights in the Nightmare is a combination of RPG and shooter that strictly uses a stylus to beat enemies. The idea is to move the shiny star, which is called a wisp, and place it on a member of your team with whom you want to attack the enemy. But it's a lot more complicated than that. It would be impossible to explain in this video without creating a whole tutorial. But part of the fun is learning something new that you didn't learn earlier in the game. This isn't just an ordinary hack and slash. You only have so many seconds per turn to attack, and you only get so many turns before you lose the battle. There is so much you must take into account. It's probably my favorite Atlas game, and it looks really good, and the music is excellent as well. Number 2. Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime. Dragon Quest Heroes Rocket Slime is an action-adventure spin-off starring the weakest enemy from the Dragon Quest RPG series, the Blue Slime. Your entire village is kidnapped, and only you are left. To save your people, you must travel to different areas to rescue key members of your family and village. The most fun part of the game are the boss battles. For boss fights, you're in this fortress with cannons, which you stuff with items you find around the game levels. The cannons then shoot the items at the boss's fortress. Once his fortress is weak enough, your slime enters one of the cannons to shoot him to the enemy fortress. And while in the fortress, you stretch the slime to crash and destroy the power core, thus beating the boss. The graphics are really colorful, and there are lots of cool puzzles to solve. I love the animation between the fortresses whenever you shoot the slime. It's really funny. I wish they had released the sequels here in the US. I definitely would have loved to play them. Perhaps they'll release one or two on the 3DS. And finally, number 1. Professor Layton and the Curious Village. The Professor Layton series is the king of all click-and-point action franchises on the DS. Professor Layton and the Curious Village was the introduction of the series in North America, and therefore has a special place in my heart. The story involves the professor and his sidekick Luke as they travel to a remote English-side village to investigate the disappearance of the professor's good friend. The heart of the game is the puzzles that are introduced by several characters in the village that we meet during the adventure. There are plenty of little side puzzles to keep you busy as well. The puzzles range from simple to infuriating, not necessarily in that order. The story is really engaging, and I'm not much into video game stories. Plus the cutscenes are done anime style, and they are the best on the Nintendo DS, if not some of the best ever. It feels like a great mixture of a game and a movie.
Has an answer.